Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we have my weekly Senate predictions. Um, this week I did it a little bit earlier in the week because, well, if I'm being honest, the rest of my week looks pretty busy. So this is the big day where Senate predictions were going to come out more than likely. Um, in total, I believe we have four changes. Two of them are well, one's more of a technical thing. Well, I guess two of them. We'll just go with two of them are more technical, and two of them are more likely to affect the Senate, like how it plays out. But in any event, let's get this started in here. So let's start with likely Democratic. Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Bob Menendez, even though he's unpopular. Bob Casey's popular. Stavenow's popular. I actually accidentally unclicked Sherrod Brown from the safe category, but I guess technically it would be in the likely category. So there you go. That's 5 changes for the price of 4. You're welcome. But West Virginia, Joe Manchin. I thought about putting this in safe again. I think it might actually end up being a safe margin, but regardless, I think that he's doing alright. He's not going to lose by my estimations. Tammy Baldwin in Wisconsin moved over to the likely Democratic. It's more of a technical thing. Polls are tightening. A lot of polls are tightening, but I still see her winning. Tina Smith in Minnesota special election. A couple times ago, I moved it over. Still just a technical thing. Over to the likely Democratic. Hyde Smith still likely. Tennessee, I moved into the likely Republican column because right now, Marsha Blackburn has an average of 10% leading in the polls. That's as much as like Tammy Baldwin. So it's hard. It's a hard argument not to put it in the the likely red column at this point. Things could get tight again, maybe, but right now, what I thought was going to be one of the most contested races doesn't look very contested. Um, North Dakota, Heidi Heidkamp's pretty screwed right now. Um, I think overall it could get closer, maybe even to a leaning margin, but I don't think Heidi Heidkamp is going to make it through this round. Down in Texas, still likely Republican. That means that the Republicans will hit 50 in the likely, so that would be a very good thing for them. Texas, Trump's actually having a rally for Ted Cruz tonight, so that might help drive out voters for Ted. I really don't know. Trump is probably approved in Texas, so that could be contested. That could definitely help Ted Cruz. Also, so before I move on any further, the states in gray are the ones, by my estimation, could flip. Any of the ones that are filled in right now, I think are probably going to the party I have filled in for, thereby meaning that I think the Republicans will retain the Senate, as most predictors would have right now. Let's get to leaning Democratic now. Montana, Tester, still is in pretty good shape. Nothing has really happened. It's not really fluctuating that much. His opponent wasn't really known statewide. That could have hurt him. But regardless, Tester's doing an alright job keeping himself afloat in a deep red state. Indiana, Joe Donnelly is on track by my estimations to keep his seat in the Senate and keep Indiana a purple state. Florida, Bill Nelson is leading by 2 to 3 percentage points on average in the polls. It's still going to be a close race, I believe, but I think that the Democrats will win in the state of Florida, both the governors and the Senate. That about does it for the leaning. I'm skipping leaning Republican because currently there are no states that I see leaning Republican. Now, these are the 3 seats that I basically argued about going either way, and they could go either way. These are all tilting states. I honestly, I would probably just leave all 3 of these toss-up, but I hate whenever I leave things toss-up in prediction videos, so don't want to do that. First, Nevada. Dean Heller really rebounded in the polls. His current lead, I believe, in the average polling is around 1.7. Obama, I believe, today is speaking for Jackie Rosen, as well as Joe Biden. But as of right now, Nevada could always change. But right now, I still believe that Dean Heller could pull out a victory that about a month ago even I would have told you wouldn't make any sense. In the state of Arizona, it is a flip. I mentioned last week that Martha McSally was leading in polling. Her lead has increased to around 0.7%. So obviously it's going to be a close race. No incumbency advantage for Kristen Sinema or Martha McSally. Will make this an interesting race. However, if the election were held today, I believe Martha McSally would narrowly retain her seat retain her seat for the Republican Party because of a retiring Jeff Flake. And finally, we have Missouri. Missouri is a flip. I believe right now that Claire McCaskill would get reelected. My biggest thought process for the state of Missouri is the polls have been even tighter now. Now I believe Josh Hawley's winning only by 0.2%, which was the closest of the 3 states that I had unfilled. So right now, I think the incumbency advantage could maybe push Claire McCaskill just over that little hurdle, just over that little buffer, you know? That could potentially happen. So we take a look at the congressional map after this. Basically everything stays the same with the exception of North Dakota flipping and being a Republican gain. So the final Senate prediction as of October 22nd is 52 Republicans and 48 Democrats. Well, 46 Democrats and 2 independents, but they're Democrats. Thanks for watching this video. Comment down below what you think about these predictions, any changes, or future videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all later.